Hi everybody, welcome to Yarn Scrap Friday. I've changed the name to Yarn Scrap Friday from Forget Me Not Friday to make it more sense, but the theory is the same. But today's Yarn Scrap Friday, I'm going to show you how to make this flower bracelet. And to make this flower bracelet, we're going to be using a DK light worsted weight 100% cotton yarn, and I'll put a link in the description to the make of this yarn because a few people have asked about this yarn. I've actually used this yarn when making the tartan plaid washcloths. I'll put a link to that video as well. So yeah, this is a DK light worsted weight 100% cotton. I'm also going to be using a 3mm crochet hook or similar. And it's also a good idea to have some scissors and a yarn needle. And also, if you fancy, you can grab yourself a nice hot chocolate or a coffee or a cup of tea. So today's drink is going to be a nice hot chocolate because the weather here in the UK is absolutely horrendous. It is just raining. It's so wet, and I don't know if you've heard about all the flooding on the news. But where I live is quite badly flooded. Luckily my house is not flooded and my yarn is still dry. So as long as my yarn is dry, I shall keep crocheting. So let's begin. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take the white cotton to begin and our hook, and we're going to chain 4 to begin. So we'll do our little slip knot. All I do is cross it over and work my little slip knot. I'm going to chain 4 to begin. So 1, 2, 3, but we chain 4 to begin, and then we're going to slip stitch into our first chain. Just bring the yarn through and straight through the loop on your hook. And then by slip stitching, that creates a little loop. It turns your chain 4 into a little loop, like so. And in the centre, there's a little hole. And into that hole, in the middle, right in the middle there, we are going to work 5 single crochets. So we're going to put our hook into the centre of our loop there. Bring the yarn through. Hook into the centre, and the first one's always a little bit fiddly because you haven't got much to hold on to. Bring the yarn through and then work a single crochet. We're going to do 5 of these single crochets. So go back into the centre loop, 2, 3, and the more you work, the easier it gets. 4 and 5. So you ignore how many, you ignore the chains. You're literally just working the single crochet around the chains. So there we go. We've got 5 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to slip stitch into our first single crochet. So finding your first single crochet, you're going to grab first loop and the second loop of the stitch. You've always got two loops there, and we're going to slip stitch, but instead of grabbing the white, we're going to introduce our colour. Excuse me. So instead of wrapping the white, it's all gone really fiddly. Instead of wrapping the white over your hook and pulling it through, we're going to wrap over the colour. In this case, this sort of maroon colour. And just bring that through both loops, like so. Then what we're going to do in the next stitch along, so moving over to our next stitch, we're going to work a few stitches. We're going to do a single crochet, And then we're going to do a double crochet in the same stitch. So we yarn over, put our hook into the same stitch, grab our yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2 again to do your double crochet. And then we're going to do a treble crochet in the same stitch. And a treble crochet we have to yarn over twice, so wrap it around twice and go into the same stitch and bring our yarn through. And then we yarn over and pull through 2, bring up, so you've got 3 loops left, yarn over, pull through 2, so you've got 2 left, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops, and that creates your treble crochet stitch. Then we're going to do a double crochet in the same stitch. You go back into the same stitch and do a double crochet. So we just yarn over once and pull through 2, pull through 2, and then we're going to do a single crochet, so we don't yarn over, we just go straight in to the same stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through both loops, and that creates our first little petal. Okay, so all we then do is move on to the next stitch and repeat the same stitches that we've just done to create our next petal. So we get some more yarn. So we're going to start off with a single crochet, so you go into the next stitch, making sure to catch both little loops, and work a single crochet. Then we're going to do a double crochet, so we yarn over once, go into the same stitch and do a double crochet. Then we're going to do our treble crochet, and we need to yarn over twice. We need to wrap the yarn around our hook twice, go into the same stitch, grab the yarn, pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2, so you've got 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, so you've got 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2. And then we're going to do a double crochet again, so we yarn over just once, back into the same stitch, and then we're going to finish up on a single crochet, go into the same stitch like so, and that creates our second petal. So I'm going to repeat that 3 more times, and so I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it for the next 2, and then I'll come back on the very, very last one to show you what to do next. Okay, so let's carry on going into the next stitch and do a single crochet, double crochet, treble crochet, double crochet, single crochet. Okay. Okay, so when you come up to the last one, the last petal, we're just going to work it into this stitch here, which is actually a fake stitch because we actually slip stitched over here, but it's easier to see this stitch here. So we're going to go into this stitch and just work the same stitches, single crochet, double crochet, treble crochet, double crochet, and single crochet. There we go, and that completes our 5th petal. Then all we want to do now is where we worked our first petal, you can see the stitch there where we worked all those stitches, the first one. We're going to put our hook into there, just into that stitch, and instead of grabbing the pink, we're going to grab the white again. So it's very important not to fasten off the white, because this is what connects our flowers to each other. So I'm going to wrap the white over instead, bring that through, then bring that through the loop on your hook, like so. Now we're working with our white yarn again. Then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2, try and keep that quite tight, 1, 2, and that's going to be our joining chains. They're going to be the chains that are going to be in between our little flowers. But what we need to do is create this loop again that we did for the first flower, because all these flowers are actually crocheted together. So we chained 2, and then we're going to chain 4 again. Chain 1, 2, 3 and 4. So in total you've got 6 chains. What we're going to do, we're going to grab our scissors and we're just going to fasten off the pink yarn and move that out the way. It's already moved out the way and fallen on the floor. That's okay. So we've chained 6 in total, but the first 2 are going to be the ones in between our flowers, and then the next 4 are going to create our loop again. So what we do is we're going to slip stitch into that 4th chain. So there's our first 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we're going to put our hook into that 4th chain, or 3rd chain of 6, however you want to look at it, and then we're going to slip stitch to make another loop, like so. And in the centre of that loop again is our little hole. So into that little hole we're going to work our 5 single crochet again. So I'm going to put our hook into that centre hole, and we're going to grab our yarn, never much to hold on to, and do 1, go back in again and do another single crochet, 2, can be a bit fiddly, 3. Probably wouldn't recommend this to beginners, but I always say give it a try because you never know. 4 and 5. So you've got your 5 single crochet again, 2, 4, 5. Then all we do is we're going to slip stitch into that first single crochet again, but instead of yarning over with the white, we're going to bring our colour back in. Okay, so we get our colour instead and wrap that over, and then we're going to bring that through. Very fiddly. I'm going to bring that through and slip stitch with instead. So now we're working with our pink colour again. Then we just repeat those petals again. So we go straight into the next stitch and do a single crochet. Pull your tail ends tight wherever they are. So we've done our single crochet. Then we're going to do a double crochet, and it's just repeating the same stitches again to create the petals. And then our treble crochet. Double crochet, all in the same stitch. And our single crochet, like so. So it looks like that. So all we need to do is do the remaining petals. So I'll do the next 3, and then I'll come back on the last one and show you basically the next flower. Okay. So just carry on into the next stitch, doing your single crochet, double crochet, treble crochet, double crochet, single crochet. last petal, rather than into the slip stitch over there, we're going to do it into this very obvious fake stitch, as I call it, just there, with our same stitches. Triple crochet, double crochet, and our single crochet, and then we do what we did last time. We go into that stitch we did the first petal. You can see there, little hole there, little stitch. Put our hook into there. We're going to slip stitch, but instead of grabbing the red, we're going to get our white again. So I'm just going to fasten off the red. So instead of grabbing the red, we're going to bring back our white and hook that over, bring that through and through the loop on our hook. And there's our second flower joined to our first flower. And then we do exactly the same thing again. We just chain 2, and that's the chains that connect in between. And then we chain 4, so 6 in total. 3, 4. And we just repeat the same steps again. We just slip stitch into the 4th chain, or the 3rd of the 6th, and then work your 5 single crochet into there again and work your next flower. So like that. And then when you're happy with the length of your bracelet, so you've repeated the same thing over and over again, so you can see in between you've got the 2 chains, and then you've created the flower like so. So I've done 10 flowers here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've worked 10 flowers, but you might want to do more or less. And when you're happy with with the length of your bracelet, how many flowers you've done, all you do is you chain. Let's undo that one. So imagine we've finished and we've just rejoined our white again. All we do at the very end is chain 2, 1 and 2, and then obviously you'd have more length, but all you would do is just put your hook into one of these stitches, one of these petals, like so, from behind, and then just bring your yarn through. And slip stitch like so, and then pull tight. And that's how you would join your bracelet. Obviously it'd be a bit longer than mine. So just make sure to chain 2 at the end, like so, and yeah, just make sure you chain 2 at the end before slip stitching into one of the stitches on here. So you've got your little joining chains as well, like all these have. And there we go, it's as simple as that, she says. But I hope you managed to follow along, and I hope you enjoy making some flower bracelets. And I'll put the written version of this pattern on my blog as well. And I think that's it. So I shall see you next Friday if I don't see you before then. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon for some more crochet fun. Thanks for watching. Bye.